interpersonal skills,
Mm-hmm.
where these children don't have those interpersonal skills because of the fact that, again, they are attached to their cell phones, like you said, that are computers. They are attached to their smart TVs, which are computers that have Netflix. They can be all over the world without even leaving their bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is something that, as a generation that's older than them, we don't understand because we didn't have that. When all of this stuff came through, I remember I was in college when we first got AOL, and I remember, so I think that for us as a generation, we're going to have to still teach these children and young adults that there is a life that you have to be able to hear no. You're going to have to just do it.
And what's bad, the workforce doesn't give us that opportunity.
Schools don't either.
Because example, we're doing performance appraisal time. Back when I started, if you didn't perform, your performance appraisal showed it. But now, you try to give somebody a low score, all management wants to say, why you give them a low score for?
Same thing in education.
And so it's like everybody has to, you have to baby them. And, as a supervisor, and I deal with other supervisors, and we talk about this all the time, they're not performing up to standards. Why are we letting them pass? So this example, that's why the young man is getting fired, terminated tonight, because he's not up to standards. It just so happens that our new superintendent is somebody I came into business with. Mm-hmm. So he understands that. And you have to do things that you don't like to do, but you have to also know that if you're not performing, there's consequences. And a lot of young staff, they don't understand those consequences. They're used to, like Olivia was saying, if they participated, they got an award.
Mm-hmm.
I played sports all my life. If we lost, we lost.
You lost. That's it.
Sucked it up and moved on. Now everybody got to get a trophy because you win. Everybody at work, you got to get a good score because you show up to work every day. But showing up to work and doing a job is two different things.
Right.
So I think that Olivia said it right. We have to teach these young people that there are consequences for your actions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think, but again, it starts when they're young. They start. It has to be. When they're in school, their parents. You're not going to always get a yes. We tell our kids no a lot. They hate it, but they got to deal.
They got to deal with it.
And I tell my staff that I work directly with no a lot, and they understand because they understand the type of person I am. And a lot of them have been there for a long time. And even my newest staff, who's only been there for 2 years, she kind of understands because she works around a lot of more experienced staff. So she gets the vibe. And I interviewed her. So she kind of understood what my unit was about.
Right.
Got a lot of people like us, a lot of kids coming in straight out of college, never had a job, still live at home. So they're given everything, can't. I wish that it was different. We're trying to teach our children a different way. You're going to hear no. No, you got to work. There's a responsibility.
Don't worry about it. We're going to make this a two-parter. Go ahead.
Okay. You got responsibilities to take care of. So hopefully, we taught our children right when they enter the workforce. Mm-hmm. But again, it's a wait and see. Hopefully, by the time they get in the workforce, I'll be retired, so I ain't got to worry about it.
What, you retiring in 3 years?
I got 9 years and I'm done.
What?
I got to do 30. I've been there 20.
Wow, it doesn't seem like it's been that long.
It's been 21 years in August. I can't wait.
I was there every day. I know.
I'm knocking on every day. I knock on the wood. I make and I'm out. If I don't get fired from yelling at one of these young staff for strangling somebody, I'm good.
So funny. But to piggyback off of what you're saying, with Tyler and Morgan, they both had jobs. And it's so funny because Tyler is I call her the job hopper. Like, her first job was Chipotle. Nope, I'm fibbing. It was Chick-fil-A. She stayed. She actually stayed. She had issues with management. She stayed, and she just came home one day and was like, I quit. I'm done. However, she found another job in 24 hours. She worked there for maybe a month. She quit. She found another job within a week. We're on maybe about job 7, but she stuck it out now finally, and she's understanding. I have to deal with some things. I have to figure out how to work through. Morgan's a little different. She just comes home and talks about the people. She don't quit on them. She just come home and, I made my money, so I'm okay. But they both have to pay for things. Like Tyler had to put her own tires on her car. I mean, she's 21 now. So you got to pay for that. You got to pay for your oil changes. You have to pay for some books. Morgan paid for her parking passes and things like that. So we do have to, in our own way, as new parents, with all of this technology and things that we didn't even have access to, in our own way, teach responsibility and teach no's. I would love to say yes to everything. I want to say yes to everything because I like to see them happy. Don't be pointing at my friend Robert. I'm telling on you. But I do. I want to say yes. I want them to be happy. I want to see that smile. But that is a detriment and it doesn't help. So I've started saying no to a lot.
But you got your kids are a little older than ours. So yeah, they got to get that responsibility, and it's good, that Tyler got different jobs. But again, she has to understand that as a 21-year-old, you're gonna enter the real workforce soon. Mm-hmm. So, and once you get out of college, you're gonna enter the workforce. You can't just up and quit a job, because what we look at when we do interviews is your work history. So if we interview older, in their 30s, and you have 10 jobs and you're only 30, and you there a month, 2 months every job, that shows inconsistency as well. So there's a delicate balance between the two. You have no work experience, and then what we consider too much work experience. And it's not that you worked for a long time at one place. You worked short time at multiple places. So it's a delicate balance. Mm-hmm. But again, this generation feels like they should, if the boss tells them no, then they quit. Well, when I was told no, I just said okay, and I went on to my next responsibility. So I'm not quitting my job. There was nothing that they can tell me. There was times I came home and I wanted to quit. Mm-hmm. But I knew in the back of my mind that if I quit, am I gonna find another job fast, and I'm gonna make the same money, and am I really gonna be happy doing something else? Mm-hmm. And the answer to all of those, well, I'm still here 21 years later.
Well, yeah, your job is not a job though, Robert.
It's your career. It's a career.
You're in a career, and I definitely agree with you. And that was a discussion I had with her. I'm like, sweetie, you can't just be quitting. I get where you're going, and we just not gonna put those on your resume. Okay, but I'm like, you got to kind of stick it out and understand. Everyone's not always gonna like you, and you're not gonna like them. And until you get your own, you have to suck it up sometimes, and you have to deal. So, yeah, it's been fun. So, did you have anything else to say, Livy?
So, I'm gonna say this. For the generation of children who are growing up, who are part of this generation,
yes,
generation, yes, and these 20-year-olds, I'm gonna say that you have to hear the word no, because it's gonna come. Mm-hmm. You have to be okay with that, though. You have to understand that no is part of your vocabulary. It's part of other people's vocabulary, because if someone asks you something to do and you don't want to do it, you're going to say no.
They're not going to do it.
Be prepared that it's going to also come back to you.
Oh, and then one last thing on my part. I'm sorry. You have to understand, no is not always a bad thing.
Correct.
No can be a teaching experience
That's
as well.
what I meant to say.
And I try to, I explain that to my staff when we have our staff meetings. I might say no to some things, but I'm not saying no
To you.
To you. I'm saying no to the situation. And I'm saying no because it's a learning experience. And I was told this a long time ago. Just because I tell you no, that doesn't mean I don't want you to do it. I want you to learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to try to lead you down the wrong path. I'm trying to lead you down the right path.
We tell our son that all the time because he gets mad when we say no.
He'll be okay. It's better that he starts hearing it at home. I mean, I'm surprised that my children even still kind of like me. I know they love me, but it's been days they walk in the door and they look like they're going to ask something. Like, I didn't even ask yet. I'm like, I don't care. No.
I see it on your face.
I'm not in the mood.
Or what my husband says, ask your mama. And you know that ain't going to happen.
We don't do a ask your daddy over here.
Look, Olivia's in the house and they will be at work.
No. Yeah, when I say we
don't, and they will call him first because they know I'm gonna say no.
That's why I said we don't do a ask your daddy over here because it's a no out the gate. I just be like, well, I'm gonna say no. Well, what do you think Daddy gonna say? I'm like, you try it if you want to, but if I said no,
they'll call me. I'm 45 minutes away for an answer that their mother is right in the next room. Can answer. Is your mother home? Yeah. So why didn't you ask her? Because we wanted to ask you first.
Mm-hmm. Because Daddy is a little bit more lenient on some of the things versus the things that I say yes to. So we have different perspectives because, again, we grew up different ways and, male-female households. So that just goes back to how do parents raise their children, and are they raising their children to understand no is no, and it doesn't mean I don't love you. It doesn't mean you're not good. Like Rob said, it means it's a teachable moment, and it's time for you to either put on your big boy or girl underwear and keep it pushing.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up on the keep it pushing.
Sorry it took so long.
No, we do that. Don't feel bad. We have had four. This is our fourth episode that ends up being a double. Kept going on and on. But to wrap that up, I like that term, Generation Yes. I hope that we're not stealing someone else's term because I'm going to coin it now. So Generation Yes needs to learn that no is okay, no is acceptable, no is a teachable moment, and no is a part of life. It's just something that's unavoidable. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Robert, for being our special guest and our first guest.
Thank you.
Anytime.
So when we do our YouTube page, you're going to have to be on there for real.
Yep.
We'll have our visuals and everything.
Just let me know. I have to do my hair. I'll be all right.
You're going to do his hair.
You got to do his hair for real.
All right. But thank you again. And for our listeners, thank you for listening and for constantly supporting us. We really do appreciate it. So this has been another installment of Life and Cookies with Olivia and
Jolanda.
Thank you. Say it high pitch like me. Thank you so much. And we will catch you next time.